What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of Zatima. This is season 2, episode 20, and the episode is titled The Ugly Truth. Let's jump right into this review, y'all. So we come back to the scene where Zach has just gotten the information that the accounts are frozen, according to Bryce. Now, baby boy, he done walked off because this is just too much for him, okay? The mama dying, now he ain't got no money. What is going on? So Fatima, she's like, I told y'all not to do this. Like, this is a bad time. Ma'am, I understand where you coming from. However, the world does not revolve around Zach. Your world revolves around Zach. And if I was Bryce, I would be quite concerned. And I definitely would have brought this to Zach's front doorstep. Because, sir, you're not about to leave me high and dry without no money. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a whole bigger issue than your mama, who was a trash parent, dying. Let's call a thing here. So Bryce, he's like, listen, that information, it could not wait. Okay? Now, Bryce, what was funny to me, y'all, was the fact that Angela was like, let's just leave, let's just go. But baby, Bryce said he ain't going nowhere until he gets some answers. Now, y'all, I had been, riding for Bryce. I've been on his side when it came to this money situation. But when I tell you, we got to the bottom of this, and I'm so over him, like, just get him off the show. I'm tired of Bryce. Bryce don't gotta come back for season 3. We need to go ahead and wrap him on up. Because Zach comes back. He says, yeah, I called the bank and I checked my accounts. And the problem is not that it's frozen. The accounts are overdrawn. Zach's personal account covers the business account, and now all his money is gone. All of it, y'all. All the monies. And Zach, he questions if Bryce went ahead and bought that property. Y'all, why did Bryce say, oh yeah, I did do that? Excuse me? Because Zach has told you multiple times at this point that he don't have the money. Okay, he has said it to you. He said it to Valerie. Like, he didn't even want to go see the property. So the fact that you decided to overstep and just do whatever the hell you wanted to do with this man's money, yeah, we have a problem. Like, there shouldn't be any more Bryce and Zach anymore. Go ahead and dissolve that company that y'all created, and let's go ahead and move on. Because regardless of Bryce being able to get the money back or whatever, what he did was foul. Because how many times did Zach have to tell you not to go forward with that property, and you just decided to do it anyway? So, according to Bryce, he's like, well, I wrote a check for it. Sir, that doesn't matter, okay? Like, in this moment, y'all, I just want y'all to come get y'all friend Bryce. Come get him, please. Because I am sick and tired of him, okay? So then, what threw me off also was the fact that I said, now, wait a second. How is it that Zach's money is the one that's covering the account? Shouldn't it have been both of them? No? I'm just going to let that rock. But here's where it really got me. It's the fact that Bryce had the audacity to tell Zach that it was a good investment after hearing that all Zach's money was gone. That is wild. That is a wild statement to make, talking about it was a good investment. Like, I really need y'all to come get Bryce up off my screen. And then Bryce decided to go ahead and pass the blame off, okay? I said, now, wait a minute. He done passed the blame off to Gary. I said, so you're not going to take no accountability? None whatsoever? You have yet to apologize because this is all your fault. According to him, Gary was supposed to deposit the money. And now he's about to go call him and see what's going on. I said, Gary, how did we even get him involved? This too much. This is way too much. And also, Bryce is a terrible business partner because he didn't even run it by Zach if he wanted to work with Gary. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he didn't want to split a property with Gary. Like, Bryce gotta go, y'all. He just gotta go. Now, according to Bryce, he done called this man, and Gary told him that he pulled out of the deal, and he didn't tell him. So, according to Bryce, he's going to fix this. He's totally going to fix this. So, he done left out the house. Angela follows. And now we just have Zach being right back down to being broke. Okay? And Fatima, she's trying to tell him, like, listen, I got some money saved. Don't even worry about it. What's mine is yours. I said, Fatima, how many times you going to save this man? But nonetheless, Zach said he's going to figure it out like he always does. I said, can somebody please let me know when Zach has figured anything out on his own? I'll wait. Because Fatima has been a solution every single time. But nonetheless, Fatima, she still is on this, what's mine is yours is mine, or whatever. And if Bryce can't figure it out, I got your back. So Zach, he wants to go back to the hospital. And I'm just like, well, hopefully you going down there to pull the plug on your mama. But nonetheless, Fatima tells him, like, no, you need to get some sleep. You've been up for days at this point. Just go get some rest and we can try again tomorrow. So we see Bryce and Angela because he done went back to her house. And he says that he has a solution. He says that he's going to get the money from his dad. And he ends up leaving her house. Now, Angela, she hops on the phone and she calls Fatima like, girl, I think Bryce has the money. I said, girl, you called it too soon. Until that money is in his hands, I don't want to give nobody false hope, okay? So, while Zach is sleeping, Fatima is planning on going back to the hospital to talk to Jeremiah. Again, here is Fatima handling Zach's battles like she always does. But she also tells Angela that she has something to tell her later. And she was pretty happy about it. I'm like, well, girl, what you got going on? So we get to see Fatima at the hospital. And she gets straight to the point with Jeremiah. And one thing she told him, like, listen, you not about to be disrespecting me, okay? She got that right nipped in the bud, okay? And I can't even knock her because Jeremiah be talking crazy. So we see that Fatima has to lightly threaten Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying? And she uses her working at a law firm and how she's going to have the ability to get Zach granted power of attorney, all this stuff, right? Now, Jeremiah, he ain't trying to hear nothing she talking about because he doesn't want to let his mom go. However, Fatima, she does explain, listen, your mom is gone, okay? You got to stop being so delusional. She tells him that there is no money multiple times because, as you guys know, Zach has already stated that the reason why Jeremiah wants to keep the mom on the breathing machine is because, he's waiting for her checks to come in. And as long as she's technically alive, the checks will keep rolling in. And I'm just like, well, how much is her checks going to be? Because if she's getting government assistance, baby, it can't be that much. Now, as these two are talking, Jeremiah happened to ask Fatima if she's ever lost somebody. And she was like, yeah, I lost my dad at a young age. Y'all, how come I don't recall that? Why do I not recall Fatima ever saying that the dad was, like, dead and he died when she was young? All I know is that he was in and out of jail. Or maybe she said it and I wasn't paying attention. Nonetheless, Fatima ends up convincing him to let his mom go because that is no way for her to live, because she's honestly not living. So the conversation, it does continue with Jeremiah. He apologized, for calling her out her name. And one thing is that I love the fact that Fatima was able to give Jeremiah some grace the same way that she does Zach every single time, because at the end of the day, they just, tried to handle the circumstances that they were dealt however that they knew how. And, at one point he ended up asking her for a hug and he ends up crying in her arms. Like, you can tell Jeremiah definitely needed that hug. But let's slide on over to Zach, because we see Zach get a phone call from Bryce. And he says that, he's fixed everything. He's going to get the money from his dad. And we finally see Bryce apologize for blaming Zach. So after he gets off the phone with him, Fatima ends up coming home. And they talk about how Connie was actually the person who told Fatima that Zach was in the hospital. So she suggested, like, hey, Zach, I think you should go talk to your brother or whatever. And he's like, nah, Jeremiah gonna act how Jeremiah is. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna get no type of resolution. However, she's like, listen, I need you to go talk to your brother. Y'all, why does Zach get a call from a doctor? And now the mom is going through cardiac arrest and she not gonna make it through the night. I said, wait, what? How that happen? Because last time I checked, there's no brain activity. Like, literally, there's a machine pumping air into her lungs. How you going to cardiac arrest? I'm confused, y'all. I guess I gotta watch more hospital shows because I'm not understanding. Talking about some she not gonna make it through the night. Make what through the night? Because baby girl is already dead, right? I thought that's how that worked. You know what? I'm just gonna let this show be. Or somebody, if you are a nurse, a doctor, something in the comments, let me know how you have cardiac arrest and you are on a life support machine and you have no brain activity. Please let me know. Nonetheless, we gonna move on. Okay. So, Zach and Fatima, they decide to go to the hospital and baby Jeremiah has a total different energy, okay? He tells Zach that, you know, he has a few things for him to pick up at the house. He lets it be known that he can't, you know, afford to pay for the mom's funeral. It's like, sir, we knew that. You didn't have to say that out loud. We know you ain't got no money. And Zach says that he's going to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, this scene was pretty good because now Jeremiah is acting like a normal human being. I guess he is sobered up. So Zach, he basically tells Jeremiah, like, you know, this is the first time that I haven't seen you high in years. And I was just like, that is absolutely crazy. So you mean to tell me this man is high 24/7? Yikes. So Jeremiah, he tells him, listen, baby, don't get too comfortable because once all this is said and done and over, I'm about to go get high out of my mind. I said, oh, God. Well, are you going to get high on the same stuff your mama was just high on? Because she just had fentanyl. I don't think you want that. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to live, but maybe you're not. I don't know what you're trying to do, Jeremiah. I don't know. So Jeremiah, you know, he is going on about how nobody loves him except for his mom. And now she's gone. So now they decide to offer him some help, y'all. So now Zach is saying, oh, you know, but we can get you some help and all of this stuff. I said, well, where was that a couple of episodes ago when you dragged him and your mama to that damn therapy session to make yourself feel better? Because you should have been trying to offer them some type of substance counseling or what is it called? Rehab. Something. You know what I'm saying? And it is pretty sad that Jeremiah don't want to clean himself up considering the mama just died from the same damn thing. It's absolutely crazy. But again, I don't have a drug habit, so I don't know that lifestyle. Now, according to Jeremiah, he don't want to take their help and he is going to move far away, according to him. Do I think this crackhead is about to move far away? No, I do not. I do not at all. I feel like we are definitely going to see something with Jeremiah next season. But let's go ahead and move on. So Jeremiah, he leaves out the room. And Fatima, she's like, you know, I'm going to step out so that way you can say your final goodbyes to your mom. Now, of course, he's like, no, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. I'm just like, I understand that Zach's character, you know, he didn't grow up with a mom that was a real mom. But the way he be acting with Fatima sometimes, I just be like, she is your girl, your fiance, your future wife. She is not your mom. Like, it's giving mommy issues 24/7. And I'm so annoyed with it. But nonetheless, she ends up sticking around or whatever. And Zach, he does say his goodbyes to his mom. And I will say, it was pretty emotional considering how do you say goodbye to somebody who brought you into this world, but they've done more harm than good to you? that is pretty sad, honestly. But, you know, he said that he's going to make her proud. He's going to, you know, fix everything with this woman standing beside him, which is Fatima. And he's going to be better for his kids. So now, of course, y'all, Zach is crying throughout this whole thing. Baby boy is emotional about letting his mom go. But one thing that I will say is, next season, Tyler, I don't want to see Zach's... Oh, he better not shed a tear, okay? Because he's all cried out. He's cried out. We're tired. That man cannot cry no more, okay? We're done. Now, we actually see Connie and Fatima have a conversation outside. And it was basically small talk about, you know, where the funeral might be. It's sad that Gladys died and all of that. And I just feel like that was just like the end of their possible beef. Like, clearly, both of these women have love for Zach. Connie had to go ahead and step down in position and let that dream go. And Fatima's the fiance. She won him at the end of the day. Is Zach a prize? Not really sure about that. But to Fatima, Zach is the prize. Now, moving forward, Zach, he ends up coming outside or whatever because, you know, they in the middle of the hood. They in the projects. And when they get into the car, she's like, oh, so what did you have to pick up? And because they're in the car now at this point. And he's like, oh, it's just like a VHS tape, right? He's like, I don't know where I'm going to be able to watch this because who still has a VCR? Oh, also, I forgot to mention, according to Zach, Jeremiah, he is high as hell right now because, I mean, the man didn't lie. Listen, he said my mama died, I'm going to go get high. He did not lie. Nonetheless, Fatima's like, oh, well, you know, we can go back to my office because we have a VCR there. So they go to the office and they watch the video. Now, on the video, it is actually a young Zach and Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? They were kids playing around at like a park. And the mom is the one who's filming them. And there's a part where Zach, little Zach, I should say, he asks, like, why are you crying? And Gladys says, oh, it's because y'all deserve more than me. So both of the boys, they tell her that they love her, and then they run off to go play. So Gladys comes back into the shot, and she basically tells them that she's leaving them and that she loves them. Y'all, when I tell you I did not expect for her to put that damn camera down and then run down the block and leave them kids at the park, I'm like, ma'am, you are ruthless. Like, did you hope that somebody was going to find the video and the kids? Like, how'd you even get this video back? Like, I'm so confused. But I'm going to let this storyline do its thing. Now, I do want to point out the fact that one of DeVal's children in real life is playing him as a child. And honestly, I think that's just like the cutest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? That he was able to do that. That's super cute. But let's jump back into the storyline. So now this gives Zach a little bit of closure. And he realizes that his mom, she did her best. I mean, I wouldn't say her best, but she did all right. But also she had her own demons to fight. So that is one thing that I think a lot of people need to realize. Like, I know right now we are in this phase of, oh, I'm going to go to therapy because my mom, she screwed me up and all of this stuff. But it's like, listen, you are not privy to all the things that your parents have had to go through in their own life because they have shielded you from a lot. At least most parents have. So give them a little bit of grace, okay? Just a little bit. Just a little bit of grace, okay? But nonetheless, as they continue to talk, you guys, Zach is talking about how he wants to be the best father, right? And then I think he said some line that was like, yeah, well, I'm already a father. Because, you know, he already has his son. I can't think of what they named that boy, Isaiah or something. What they named that little boy? Shit, it don't matter. Nonetheless, we got to get to this part right here. He said, I'm already a father. And Fatima's response was, more than you know, with a little smirk on her face. Tyler, You have lost your mind yet again. Why is Fatima pregnant? Why? Who needed that? Who wanted that? Not at this point in the story. Like, this whole thing gotta be a dream. It gotta be. Because why in the hell would you make Fatima pregnant and this man still has a possible pregnancy with Karen? Like, Tyler, why would you make them kids ghetto twins? Why would you do that? That is not okay. Like, this is just too much. And then, this man has just found out that he's about to be a dad of 3 in less than a 3-month time frame. Tyler, you have got to stop working overtime to just be coming up with BS. You've got to stop it, okay? Like, I feel like he practically just found out that he has a son, okay? Then on top of that, Karen is possibly pregnant by this man. Now, according to her paperwork, her documents said that he was the daddy. Again, we gonna see about that. But, yeah. How is this going to make sense? And when is this storyline going to be introduced into the Sisters universe? Y'all, Tyler ain't making no damn sense. Y'all, I'm just going to let that cook because ain't no way. Ain't no way. You going to tell me that Fatima is pregnant and she happy about it. Like, I get it. You may want children, but like, this man literally has another baby on the way. You know what? This is raising my pressure, and I don't even need this. Y'all, we gonna talk in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and I will talk to y'all in the next review. I guess y'all will see me talk about Sisters whenever that comes back, because that is a wrap on season 2 of Zatima. And like I said, let me know y'all thoughts, and I will talk to y'all in the next review. Bye, guys.